Today's video is You Ask, I Answer. I love comments on my videos most of the time. So I thought it might be fun to do a video where I compile some of the questions I've received on all of these various videos on my channel into one video right here. Hi there, my name's Emily Farber and I'm a realtor with Leppick Krieger Realtors in Iowa City. When I'm not out there busy helping my clients buy and sell real estate, I create YouTube videos all about the greater Iowa City area and real estate to help people just like you make smart decisions when it comes to buying or selling real estate. If you'd like to chat with me, you can find all of my contact information down below in the description box of this video. So let's take a look at some of these gems of questions. Some are serious, some not so much. Do you guys tip over cows when they're sleeping? No. Cow tipping is a myth. Besides, in case you've never really been up close and personal with a cow, they're pretty big. You need between 670 and 900 pounds of force to tip one of those suckers over, not to mention that it would have to stand still long enough to put up with your shenanigans. Cows can lay flat on the ground if they want to, and they can get up if they want to. So even if you and your friends did actually tip one over, it wouldn't stay there. And you better make sure you know the difference between a cow and a bull, or you might end up regretting your life choices. I'm moving to Iowa City and I want to live in an area not too far from downtown, but also not overrun by undergraduate student rentals. Where should I look? This is a super common question because everybody thinks they want to live super close to downtown, but they don't want to have, Solo Cup Party Central in their yard every weekend. Iowa City is more than just a college town. We have lots of neighborhoods that are not focused on just students and college life. But if you're really looking for that perfect place still close to downtown, a great place to start would be focusing near Hickory Hill Park in the neighborhood known as the Goosetown neighborhood. Even a bit closer to downtown from that would be the North Side neighborhood. Another great option is the Longfellow neighborhood. All of these locations are going to be mostly older homes and all are going to be walkable and bikeable to downtown. What kind of outdoor recreation does Iowa City have? First of all, let's just lay it out here. Iowa does not have mountains or oceans. I know. Nothing that we have here is really going to compare to the outdoor recreation in, say, Colorado, but you don't have to turn into a couch potato slug if you don't want to. Iowa has a major gravel bicycling scene that is just growing by leaps and bounds. With miles and miles and miles of gravel roads to explore, I think you'll discover that Iowa is surprisingly scenic and definitely not flat. There's also a huge road cycling scene here in Iowa. We have this yearly event called RAGBRAI where thousands of people pedal from one side of Iowa to the other in the course of a week. It's like a giant rolling party on bicycles. You can also find trail running, hiking, and camping options relatively easily. There's a couple of really nice state parks that are not too far of a drive from the Iowa City area, like the Maquoketa Caves and Backbone State Park. What's the vibe of Iowa City like? Well, to me, Iowa City feels like a larger city packaged into a smaller town. It's a lot of what you don't expect Iowa to be all about. Iowa City is artsy, it's liberal, scholarly, fairly white collar, family oriented, with a side of college party and tailgating thrown in. Some people say downtown Iowa City is a lot like a smaller version of Boulder, Colorado's Pearl Street Ped Mall. Iowa City seems to consistently rank on various lists of best places to live. I do have a couple of commenters who apparently love to spend their time watching my videos and then unloading their unpleasantness and their negative opinions of Iowa in my comment section. So maybe if we're really lucky, they'll do it again down below. That's always fun. But most people thoroughly appreciate Iowa City and have very positive and pleasant things to say. Does Iowa have a lot of bugs and spiders? I suppose the bug question depends upon your point of reference. We don't have as many bugs as southern, warmer states, and most spiders here are not really that big unless you happen upon one of those scary, giant yellow garden spiders. But before you freak out, rest assured I've never once found one of those inside my house. The two spiders you may want to be cautious of are brown recluses and black widows. In terms of other bugs, yes, we have mosquitoes, but they're generally fairly manageable in most situations if you've got bug spray. The one bug that I find to be particularly just super annoying is called a buffalo gnat, and they show up in swarms for about a month or so each year in the late spring, early summer. They're these big fat gnats that want to buzz all around your face and up your nose and in your ears and in your eyes, and they do bite. So you want to get yourself this stuff called bug soother, spray it all over to help keep them away. And it smells good, it's all natural, you won't be coated in poison for a month straight. Or you can try this stuff and sort of dab it around your head and your neck. It's called Absorbine Junior. Works great to repel gnats, but it also smells really medicinal and bad, so you might just end up keeping away people and all other creatures from you too. What's traffic like? If you're asking that question, it tells me that you are probably from someplace that has like 10 lanes of traffic. We just don't do that here. If that's your point of reference, you're going to find Iowa City traffic to be very manageable even during higher traffic times. Is Iowa flat? Again, I suppose your impression will have a lot to do with your perspective, but no, Iowa is not flat. Eastern Iowa has a lot of gently rolling hills. The closer you get to the Mississippi, you'll find large bluffs, and in the northeast quadrant of the state, you'll find this area called the Driftless region, which was not flattened by glaciers during the last ice age, all of which means you'll find craggy, steep ridges and deep river valleys. That part of the state really doesn't even feel like Iowa at all. The central part of the state tends to be flatter, which is often what people experience if they're just driving straight through on Interstate 80. So if you think Iowa is horribly boring, but you've only ever seen it from I-80, try a different route. My advice applies to Nebraska too. There's a lot of really neat stuff to see if you are driving across Iowa and Nebraska. If you just pop up onto Highway 20, which runs across a more northern portion, but I digress. I'm not supposed to be making videos for Nebraska. Are there a lot of tornadoes? Well, Iowa has on average 48 tornadoes a year, but before you blow that out of proportion, keep in mind that the vast majority of them touch down in open space, and it's not like they're ripping through dense population areas. That's because the majority, about 92% of Iowa, is farmland. May and June are the peak months for tornadic activity. Hey, let me know if you've enjoyed this video of You Ask, I Answer. If enough people let me know it was worth the past couple minutes of your life, I'll make it a semi-regular thing. What questions do you have about Iowa, the state, or more specifically, the greater Iowa City area? If you're considering a move to the greater Iowa City area, you should grab a copy of my Iowa City area relocation guide. You can find that down below in the description box of this video. If you're watching on your phone, just tap the title of this video and it will pop right up. Hey, it's been fun, and I'll catch you later.